Alright, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We got a big video for y'all today. It was a highly requested one. I've posted a lot of golf content as the past probably about year. And I've had a lot of people ask me to do a what's in the bag video, so that's what we're going to be doing today. If you're new here and you haven't subscribed yet, make sure y'all do that. We are on the road to 5K, and clicking that button really helps me out, so make sure y'all do that before we get started. But I'm not going to waste any more of y'all's time. I'm done yapping. We'll jump straight into the video. First, we'll go ahead and start with the bag here. I've had this bag for about a year and a half. It's been super great. It's Hot Z. I got it in a Golf Galaxy in Dallas, and I saw it and just loved it, and so I picked it up. Having my parents both be in the Army was kind of a cool thing. I saw it and was like, well, yeah, we're definitely going to snag that before it sells. So we went up and ended up getting that. But now I'll jump into kind of the accessories of the bag. Kind of the first one you can see here. I just carry this Gatorade towel with me. I just, wipe my body off with it, or I'll do like alignment drills with it, tuck it under my arms. Really, I do a lot with this towel. I wash it about every time I play, make sure it's nice and clean. And then on this side of the bag here, I'll just go ahead and unclip this. We've got the Caddy Splash. These things are great. I freaking love this thing. I've had it for a couple months and absolutely love it. It's been great. I'm really glad I got that. And then here we just have, I don't even know if there's a brand on it, it's just a gray towel. It's a pretty big one. It's the main one that I use. I keep it on the same side of the bag as the Caddy Splash. That way I can just wipe my clubs off after I'm done using them. I'll flip this bag over. Now you guys can see the Rangefinder. I have a Sun Pal. It's just a little gray and black Rangefinder. Nothing too crazy, nothing fancy, but gets the job done. Got that at the beginning of the summer, and I just kind of got tired of stink block in my face. Just kind of got tired of using my phone for everything, or having to use the GPS in the cart, and so just wanted to get my own Rangefinder. That way, when I'm playing with buddies and stuff, I can go get my own numbers, don't have to worry about it. And then I'll flip the bag over to the front. I'll unclip this and kind of show you guys. This is probably my favorite, I guess, accessory items on the bag. These are just bag tags. Pretty cool places that I've gotten the opportunities to play. This is the bag tag from Big Cedar. It is one of the Tiger Woods courses in Branson, Missouri. And then this was Turtle Bay, which I actually posted a video about it, but it's got my name on the back. And this was the Arnold Palmer course that we got to play about a month ago in Hawaii. And I was able to record a lot of videos out there, which is really cool. So if you guys haven't checked those out, I'll link those down in the description. But we were able to play at a Marine course and the Arnold Palmer course, and both of those were really fun to record. I was really glad I was able to get out and record those, because I was a little skeptical at first. I had to call and kind of make sure that I could actually record on the course, but I was able to. So in this front pocket, you guys can't see, but in the front pocket of the bag down here, it's where I keep all my gloves. I've got a ton. I really use the FootJoy gloves. It's kind of the main brand that I've used. I just like them the best. They've got a really good feel. But I do have just a couple old, like, TaylorMades and some more FootJoy gloves and stuff like that. But that's the pocket that I keep all my gloves in. And then I guess another accessory item that I kind of skipped over is just a little ball bag that I carry with me. That way, if I go and do like putting work or chipping work, and I don't want to take range balls up to the putting green or the chipping green, I'll just put all my balls in here and take it out there with me. That way I don't have to go hit like 4 or 5 at a time and go pick them up, but I can just hit a bucket or hit a bag and then go out and continue that. This next thing is actually, I got a lot of questions about it when I first started carrying it, because I've never met another person actually that carries one. But as you guys know, I am a college baseball player now, so it's a little bit more common, I guess, in the main sport that I play. But I do carry a Rosin bag with me, and really what I do with this is, before I play, I get really sweaty hands, and so this just helps. I'll take Rosin and just put it all over my hands and my forearms before I start playing, and so it kind of reduces the sweat getting to my glove and on my grip, and just makes it a little bit easier. Keeps the grip tackier for longer throughout my round, and so I don't have to worry about wiping my arms off and doing all that other stuff. And then I'll get into this front pocket. This is just a little golf bracelet we got in Hawaii, but I've got some athletic tape for when I have to bandage up my hands or anything. And then I've got in here, I've got my ball marker, and then just a couple different color Sharpies. in case I want to mark up my ball. And then I've got this little kind of green clover ball stamp, ball marker. I don't really use that, but it's just something I got as a gift, and so I kept it. And then right here, we've got one of my divot fixers. I got this at a marine base in Hawaii. And then this is another one here, Kierland. It's a golf course in Phoenix, Arizona. And then, yeah, just one more Sharpie for the ball fixtures. And then I think that's it for that pocket there. Just a bunch of ball markers and divot fixtures, stuff like that. That's in that pocket there. Big side pocket on the side of my bag. It's where I keep my new gloves. I always try and stay strapped with some new gloves. Just in case I have one rip or whatever, I don't want to get stuck stranded. And then right here, I've just got my head cover tool, so if I want to adjust the locks or anything on my clubs, I can do that. Okay, but now I'm going to jump into the important part, the part that you guys are actually interested in, not all the other stuff. But I'll go ahead and start with my wedges. So I've kind of got an interesting wedge setup here. I'll just go ahead and kind of take them all out and show you guys. But I carry 4 wedges in my bag, which is kind of uncommon considering the club limit, but I don't, if I can even get these out of the bag, holy cow. Hold on a minute. There we go. But I don't carry any hybrids or any extra woods. I just carry a driver and a 3-wood. That's really all I use as far as my hybrids and my woods go. But I carry 4 wedges. I have a 50 and a 54 in the Cleveland RTZX wedges, and I got these pretty recent, probably about 2 or 3 months ago, and I freaking love these. I just needed something. I had a 60 and a 56, so I needed kind of something, drop it a little bit down a little bit so I could carry the ball a little bit further. But I have this TaylorMade mill grind 56 degree, and then this is probably the oldest club in my bag. It's just a Nike 60 degree wedge. I think this club was probably dropped in like 2008, 2009. So it's really old. I've always hit it really well, and so I haven't had a reason to get a replacement. But then I've got the 2 Cleveland RTZ wedges right here, 50 and 54. This is probably the newest addition to my bag, and probably the one that's been most beneficial. It's really shot up my short game and made it a lot easier to not have to take 3/4 swings or try and hit my 56 really hard, but I can just take a nice easy 54 or a 50 to it, and it makes it a lot easier, opens up the course a little bit. But then I'll jump into my irons. I actually just got these probably like 2 weeks ago. Before I was playing the Callaway Maverick iron. It's a really forgiving iron made for mostly beginners. And I swung those for probably about a year and a half. But I feel like I was getting to the point in my game where I was controlling the ball a lot better, and I just wanted something that gave me a little bit more distance and a little bit more shot shaping capability. So I recently picked up the Tacoma 101 T irons. They're basically the same make and model as the TaylorMade P770s, I believe. That's what they were listing online as when I looked at it. But I freaking love these. I kind of ran across these watching, Grant Horvat, Luke Kwan, Taco Golf, the Bryan brothers, all those different content creator golfers that are sponsored by Tacoma. I was kind of skeptical at first because, it's new brand, it's kind of up and coming. The clubs are obviously super cheap. So I did a lot of research on it, and I ended up just go ahead and purchasing the clubs just to kind of test it out. And I will tell you, they live up to the hype 110%. I absolutely love these irons. The performance is great. Shot shaping is fantastic. The distance is there. The lightweight, they just feel really good in the hand. They are a little bit more of a blade feel than the Tacoma 101 iron, which is the more player improvement iron. But then you've got the 101T, which is more of the distance and shot shaping capability iron, but it is a little bit thinner. It plays more of like a blade. But like I said, I'm super glad that I got these, and these irons have been absolutely fantastic. All right, next I'll hop into my putter. I picked this up probably about 2 years ago, and I'm just falling in love with it and never even thought about switching. It's the Ping Answer 2D. I saw Tony Finau swing this. I believe it was the Heritage Open or the Heritage Classic, I think. And I think he ended up winning that. And I saw this was in his bag, and I looked it up, and it was actually super cheap. And so I didn't really hesitate, pulled the trigger and bought it. And I've absolutely loved it ever since. It's been really good for me, really good putter. But I'll go into my 3-wood here. This is probably, I know I said that 60 degree was the oldest club in my bag. This might be a close second. It's the Nike Viper 3-wood. It's kind of been one of those clubs in my bag that I started using when I first started playing golf. And you know, there's always that saying that once you find that 3-wood, you never change and you just keep it. I'll probably end up switching up with this at some point just because it's really outdated and it's pretty old. But as of right now, it's been kind of the old reliable, the old fairway finder for sure. But it's been a super good club for me. I've never changed from it since I started playing. So I just figured out how to hit it, and it's been a really good club for me ever since I started. So that's the 3-wood that I have. And then my driver, I've got the Paradigm AI Smoke from Callaway here. The AI Smoke Max. See if you guys can kind of get a peek at it there. But I got it in the 9 degree launch, and then I just added the 2 degrees to the shaft angle here. And then I've got the Denali regular shaft, and then I put the jumbo grips on it too. I did that probably about a week and a half ago. Just I wanted kind of a thicker grip on my driver, but all my irons and my wedges are just the regular grips on them. But that's the driver that we've got in the bag. And then this little green stick thing poking out of my bag. I get asked for that a lot, just what they are. It's really nothing fancy. It's just an alignment stick cover. It's a little extra. You know, I definitely don't need to have it, but it's just kind of cool. It looks really cool and protects my alignment sticks when I'm traveling or doing anything else where I got to put them in a confined space. But and then the last thing that I've got, this doesn't really go in my bag, but obviously you've got to have them, and it's my shoes. They're just Pumas. I don't know the exact brand name or the type of shoe that it is. But I've always liked the kind of classic, sleeker look to this golf shoe. I don't really like the new, the Air Max Nikes and all that stuff. Those look good, but I've always just been a fan of kind of the old-fashioned style shoe. And so I saw these and picked them up right away, and I really liked them. They're super, super comfy, probably the most comfortable golf shoes I've ever worn. And yeah, they've been really, really great for me. Yeah, that's going to wrap it up for the video today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know this was a highly requested video. I've been asked to do it a lot, and so I'm glad I can finally get out and record one for you guys. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, like I said earlier, make sure to subscribe. We're on our journey to 5,000 subs, and so clicking that button really, really helps me out. But I appreciate y'all's support. Thank y'all for tapping in, and we'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.